Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tuesday's Market Situation Report, what we call a SITREP here at Top Gun Options. I'm Wiz. My name is Matthew Buckley. And coming up this week, actually Thursday, I think after the close, Thursday at 4 o'clock or 4:30, we'll send out an email. We're going to do a solo Friday pre-brief. So this Friday at 1 o'clock, we're going to do our Amazon-only live trade brief. This is the first live trade service that we added here at TGO in a very long time, years. So we're going to trade Amazon and the XLY on Fridays. You need to head to go.topgunoptions.com/solo, and you can grab your slot. It's only $97 a month or $897 a year, and that is a 25% discount. So once again, head to go.topgunoptions.com/solo. $97 a month or $897 a year. Going to be Amazon all day, all night. Obviously with a little bit of XLY. And our inaugural brief is this Friday at 1 o'clock. If I have some time, maybe I'll do a brief after the close on Thursday just to kind of give you a little idea of what the service is a little more about in detail. So keep an eye on your email for that. North Korea starting to get back to being a bad dude. Shocker. Iran really starting to get to be a bad dude. Why? Because the president finally got rid of the exemptions. Okay, when the waivers expire on May 2nd, there should have never been any waivers. I know the president was trying to play nice, but when you give China, Turkey, Japan, South Korea, India waivers to still get oil from Iran, okay, well, nice sanctions. Well, that stopped, or is going to stop in a couple weeks here. And obviously, Iran has come out and said, you know what, we're going to close the Strait of Hormuz if you do that to us. Closing the Strait of Hormuz is absolutely an act of war, and here we go. These F-35s, the F-35 Lightning II stealth fighter aircraft have arrived in the UAE. Been to this airport. Now the F-35s are fully up and combat ready, just in time for the sanctions to get fully in place and just in time for Iran to keep wanking about attacking us. China trade deal. Round 10, 11, 19, 99. I've lost count with what round we're on, but we're still hearing, hey, things are progressing nicely. Take a look at the FXI. As I said, this thing would top out around 45, 46 and head back down. So we have a nice bear call spread on the FXI that's looking great. Up about 82%. We might look to close that today at 1 o'clock in our primary live trade brief. And we also took a look at legging into an iron condor by putting on a bull put spread down here. Similar trades that we have on with the EWZ. EWZ is our Brazil ETF. A couple near-death experiences lately. Can't seem to get above this 50-day moving average or the middle of this Keltner channel, but it is, it's hanging in there in this nice solid range. I never got filled on the bull put spread part of the iron condor we wanted to be in, just the bear call spread, which is also looking fairly good. I think that EWZ is in this portfolio. Yep, there you go. So this one's up 77% or about $1,400 in 2 weeks. So a nice return out of our bearish EWZ position. We'll take a look at trying to get into that bullish EWZ spread at 1 o'clock. U.S.-China sent their tentative timeline for the next round of trade talks. I've lost count, to be honest with you, folks. At this point, I think Mnuchin is over there, and then this dude's coming back over here the week after that, and then maybe we're going to put a bow on this thing for a June signing ceremony. So we have what we call a burner trade on FXI, because I think initially when we get that announcement, let me bring up FXI, which is the iShares China Large Cap ETF. When we get that announcement, I think we get an initial pop out of the market. Yay, this thing's finally going to get done. And then it's probably going to sell off, folks. This market, which we'll talk about here in a couple minutes, it's hypoxic. We've run out of steam. What other catalyst can drive us higher? Well, earnings ain't too shabby today. Twitter was a beat. Check out Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin blew the doors off of their earnings. So look what's happening to our Raytheon position. Defense stocks are in huge rally mode today. Our Raytheon position is up 2%. ITA is the iShares U.S. Aerospace and Defense up 2%. That's a good looking ETF right there, which we might talk about on how to play the defense sector instead of just focusing on Raytheon, which we like. But the U.S. stocks tick higher on earnings. Twitter looked good. Lockheed Martin looked good. A couple other companies looked semi-positive. But look at this. Trading lull engulfs stocks and commodities. Differences between daily highs and lows for stocks and commodities have what? the lowest level in months, folks. We are running out of volume. We are running out of volatility, and we're running out of oxygen up here. Take a look at the VIX, the volatility index, man. The volatility index is plumbing the lower 12s. This is just, look, we had a couple freak outs back here in March. Nothing. April, nothing. Look at this. This is the longest period of low volatility in a long time. But let's remember what the VIX looks like, folks. Holy shnikes, holy shnikes, holy shnikes. The VIX is a heart rate monitor. Here's a heart attack, and then here's everything's fine. We are back down here to the allegedly everything's fine resting heart rate on the VIX, which tells me it is time to get worried. This is when you buy hurricane insurance in South Florida, folks. When it's sunny out and there ain't no hurricanes in the forecast. You don't buy it when there's a tropical depression, off the coast of Africa heading this way, or it's pouring rain out in your middle of a Cat 5 down here. You buy it early. And even if we do, I didn't say when, if we get a trade deal with China, guess what we got coming up now? Harley-Davidson absolutely imploded. A 25% drop in profit. What's Trump going to do? Vows to reciprocate against EU tariffs. So I've been telling you this is coming. Everybody's like, hey, we get a trade deal with China, everything's going to be great. I said, no. Have you listened? Listen to the guy's words. You might think he's a liar in a lot of areas, but in a lot of the things that he says, he ends up doing, right? He said, once I put the trade deal with China to bed, I'm coming after the EU. So we're going to leave one trade war to go into another. This is also a canary in the coal mine, folks. Oil prices hit nearly 6-month highs on what? The president cracking down on sanctions, which he should have done at the get-go. But again, I already briefed you on that. But guess what? That's not, you might be sitting here saying, hey, oil's at 6-month highs, which is great if you're in oil stocks. Our ExxonMobil position has recovered nicely from a V bottom here, and it's got earnings coming up later. But guess what, folks? People out in the Republic of California are looking at like $8, $9, $10 gas. Suckers. You bring it on yourself. But folks, this is high oil prices are not good for the economy. Uber drivers, truckers, aircraft, airlines, you name it. Railroads, CSX hasn't felt this yet, but if you're having sustained high oil prices, it's going to impact the economy significantly negatively. So what did Trump do? He picked up the phone, he called his Saudi buddies, and they said, Donald, don't worry, we got you. We're going to keep supply high. Pull this leg and it plays jingle bells. I do not trust any country in the Middle East. There's a reason they carry those scimitars, because as they're kissing you on each cheek, they're stabbing you in the gut. FANG stocks back in favor. Twitter, nice earnings today. We predicted the FANG implosion, and then about 3 or 4 months ago, I moved the FANGs to all the way down to the bottom of my targeting slide to what? These might be Captain Kirk trades. Now, of course, right now at record highs, I probably wouldn't be deploying new capital into the FANGs, Facebook, Apple, Netflix, Google. We've been targeting our Death Star, obviously for Solo Friday, for example. Amazon, we targeted all of our, we got out of all the FANGs before they imploded, targeted Amazon, and it's been the gift that keeps on giving. We briefed CSX yesterday with I only got the bear call spread for the weekly options members. I only have the bear call spread in CSX. I never got filled on this bull put spread here for the weekly options trade. Maybe we'll cover that as well in our primary live trade brief coming up here at 1 o'clock, because I like what CSX is doing. Let me pull up a 10-day chart. Really nice move out of CSX. Gap up on earnings. It hasn't filled half the gap yet. That would almost down to the middle of this Keltner channel would be half the gap, and it's hanging up here, which is very, very, very bullish. So I like this. So bear call spread that I got filled on yesterday is looking pretty good. Maybe we'll look at a new bull put spread since I didn't get filled yesterday. Okay, a lot of good stuff going on here, folks. Big earnings for the rest of the week that we care about. Raytheon, Amazon, we get Visa. And a lot of good stuff. Let's take a look at what Visa's doing. So remember, folks, go.topgunoptions.com/solo. Grab your $97 slot, our newest trading service. It's the cheapest service that we have here. It's just one brief on Fridays. We might move that. Might actually do it on Mondays, folks, because I might want to put some separate weekly options trades in that service. So join our new live trading service here at Top Gun Options for $97 a month or $8.97 a year. That's a 25% discount. Okay, I got to get going. Got our primary live trade brief at 1 o'clock, so I'll see my members in there. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless. We'll see you.